Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to this meeting. Please, can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
I can also hear you loud and clear.
That's great. That's great. So we want to welcome every one of you to this, our final meeting on leadership and management in health. My name is Sam Sinemelike, the site coordinator, and with me is Roy, the facilitator. The other facilitators, we hope they should join us. They have just been involved in other activities. So once we notice they are in here, then we'll be able to welcome them. So good enough, the course is gradually coming to an end. I believe you all have had a very lovely time learning under Havron. So I would just like to, let's use 8 minutes to hear from you, the feedbacks. Let's hear from you. You can chat, can send a chat box, or just raise your hand so that you can let us know what are your views about studying under Havron. So we will do the presentation once it's 10 minutes past 8. So we have 7 minutes to do that. Okay, DRC, your hand is up. Please unmute and speak.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Samuel Namani. Okay. I was introduced to this Havron online course by a friend. Initially, I never took it that serious, you know. It got to a point I was like, okay, I think I should just do it for the sake of the certificates. But I can tell you that as it stands now, even if I won't get the certificate, I think I have improved a lot. Yes, because my eyes have been open to a lot of things. Yes, I've had so many years of work experience. But this course has opened my eyes to really understand why I passed through and experienced everything that happened to me, you know, and how I can become better should I find myself in similar circumstance, you know. So I really appreciate the management of Havron and everything and the way they've packaged this course. Another thing I observed, which initially when we started, I didn't take serious again, is I was like, this is an online stuff. Why is it that we have to do discussion and submit every Friday? Do you have to follow us up? But I discovered that even myself, as serious as I was, when we started, I noticed that I needed those promptings from, you know, the follow-up from the managers, you know, for the course, those facilitating the course for us, to help me keep to speed, doing my assignments, doing the discussion and everything. If not for their effort, trust me, as serious as I thought I am, I'm sure I would have missed out in one of the quiz, you know, and submitting of the discussion and other stuff in the course. So it's really enlightening to me, and trust me, I recommend it for anyone who I know who really needs to upgrade himself and prepare himself for leadership positions. So I can say that my skills has really improved. Yes, and I have so much that I know that I need to learn. Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for that feedback. And there's one here from Mohammed and Jiku. Studying under Havron is one of the good things that happened to me in 2021. I've enjoyed every bit of the course and learned a lot indeed. I never thought the course would be this excellent. I look forward to undergo more courses. with you, not only in UW, but other institutions. Well appreciated. We thank you also very much for these feedbacks. These feedbacks, they keep us motivated and we want to do more. Thank you so much. We appreciate every one of them. Okay, Dr. Komalafe, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Good evening. Learning under University of Washington through Abron, it's a very, very, very laudable experience in which I felt initially, actually I'm in a program where when I was posted into the program, I met the people there. They are almost rounding up and collected their certificates. It looks very beautiful, but they never really went down so deep what it entails. But I told them because of the certificate, I also wanted to have the experience. Lo and behold, when the advert came up, a friend introduced me and I said, me alone, out of every other person that has taken it, me alone going through. In short, I was looking for everybody to assist me, but lo and behold, right from day one till now that I'm, in short, as I'm talking to you, the only thing I'm left with is just my persuasive speech. Everything is complete and I'm just waiting to submit my Part 3 ILP. It has been an excellent time worth exposure. I really enjoyed it. I've been exposed to a lot of things that I overlooked before. I don't take cognizance of, but I think with what I've been exposed to in this leadership training, I'll be able to work more perfectly with my team and even with my higher bosses. And I think it's worth it. In short, I've even gone ahead to recommend it to my senior bosses, commissioners, director of public health in my place, and it was, I think they are willing to go with.
We'll go for it.
Now,
okay.
as I speak, I have registered for another one that will be starting very soon, and that's how I'm going to continue until I pick everything I think I wanted to pick. Wonderful time, wonderful, excellent period, and I enjoy every bit of it. But more importantly, I wanted to ask the ILP Part 10. I saw something about Peter, what is his name now? Something there. And they said we should write about it, and have been looking for, I don't know where that one came from, to end our ILP. Peter Donker, to answer the question that said, what do you want to contribute? Final reflection now on the ILP. So that is just my worries now, because I don't know how to go about that one. And probably more light can be shared during this discussion. Thank you very much. Okay. Have a wonderful meeting time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we will just go straight into the presentation. Roy, are you getting signal? Hello, Roy. Hello, Roy, are you getting signal? Okay, maybe Roy is having a network problem. Okay, so we'll just go straight. I think there's another comment here. Let me read that quickly from Amina. Good evening, everyone. Learning under Havron has been a true blessing. I've learned a whole lot. It felt like we were having lectures in a lecture hall. Every lecture was explicit and very understandable, and also practical, because I have put what I have learned into practice. I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone who put these courses together. All right, thank you so much, Amina. University of Washington will be glad to receive this. Okay, so this evening, what we are going to do is to just provide, please, can we all mute our mics so that we have less noise? Can we mute all our mics, please? Okay, so let me go ahead and mute from here. Okay, so like I was saying, this evening, we are going to run a review on the final presentation. we remember the first orientation that we had, we talked about the different assignments that were graded and the requirement to receive a certificate. And we talked about two major assignments that carry about 60%. The ILP, I think that carries about 35%. And then the final presentation has 25%. And then the other ones, one is expected to make them up from discussions. So having gone through the ILP 1, 2, and I think 3, we are about to submit the 3. We just have the need to look at the final presentation, which is all about communication. So this is what we'll be looking at. Now, Dr. Komolafe asked a question on the requirement to read about that author. If we have Roy on, he may attempt that. Otherwise, we will discuss that on the platform. Okay, because I personally didn't look at that particular one before this presentation, so I may not be able to give you a very explicit response. So if Roy is here, fine. Or if there's anybody here who can give us a response to that, then we'll be able to take that on. But for now, let's look at the final presentation. Now, it's a very short presentation, shouldn't take us more than 10 minutes. And we just want you to know what you need to know concerning the final presentation, how to go about it. Some of you may have already done the presentation, but hopefully what we are going to be reviewing here may cause you to add one or few things that will add flavor to the presentation you are going to submit. And we ought to have also done this earlier, because we will usually request everyone to make an audio presentation and then submit. So we are still going to do that. Everybody is going to do that. And, you know, from the beginning, we were supposed to have been meeting in a physical class where everybody is supposed to make a presentation to the group. So what we have adopted in Havron is we all are communicating via WhatsApp. So you will make your presentation, you prepare your PowerPoint slides, and then present it as if you were reading a newscast, or you are making a presentation, a formal presentation, the way you have your guide or something that will guide what you are talking about. Then you use your WhatsApp and record it live and share. Okay, so that is our practice here at Havron. You will do that and share it with us. Okay, so now let's just go straight what we need to know about this final presentation. Now, the final presentation, like we made to understand from the beginning, is one of the requirements to earning a certificate in this course. Now, it is either you write on your leadership journey or you write a persuasive speech. We need to make this clear. You are not writing on the two of them. It's either you choose to write on leadership journey or you choose to present a persuasive speech. So whichever one you choose, there are a few things we need to note. Number one, you are going to present them in PowerPoint presentation, which should not be more than 5 pages. It can be less, but if you are running too many pages, it shouldn't be more than 5 pages. Then one or more of the slides is expected to have an image or photographs. And your presentation should have a cover page. Okay, so the next thing we need to note is you need to select your preferred topic. You need to have a course of study. You write it down. This is what should be on the cover page. Then you should also state the institution offering the course. In this case, University of Washington, you state your name and the date that you're making that presentation. So what we will do is, as soon as this ends, everybody is supposed to begin to share, present your audio message, your audio speech, your audio presentation in WhatsApp, and then you share it with us there. So now let's look at the final presentation. What is it all about? Like we said, it's all about public speaking. How do you communicate to the public? How do you communicate to your audience? And like we say, you will tell the audience something about your leadership journey, assuming that is what you have chosen. You know, we say you are going to choose either leadership journey or persuasive speech. So if you are chosen to present on leadership journey, you need to tell the audience something about your leadership journey to date and your aspirations for the future. You need to say, this is where I actually want to go. This is where I am now. These are the people on my leadership journey who have influenced me. And based on what I have learned so far, this is what I am going to put in place to reach that goal as your future aspiration. And then if you have chosen to make a persuasive speech, you need to get a topic that you need to speak on to convince your audience to either care about or take action on. Okay, so something that is very, very dear to your heart that you want to speak about. You want to convince people to care about it or take an action. So whichever assignment that you choose to deliver, it should not be longer than 3 minutes for the WhatsApp presentation. Now, let's look at if you are writing a persuasive speech, what are the steps or guide? We have enumerated 5 steps here. Step 1, you need to choose a topic, and your topic should be somewhat controversial so that it can bring about heated arguments. People will want to debate regardless of your own position, okay? And it could range from different ideas. You know, like when I did mine in 2014, I actually talked about stigmatization of people living with HIV. Then it was so much, and I was so passionate on selling to the people, to my audience, reason why we should not discriminate them. Okay, so it was those dear to my heart that I had to write a very compelling speech and made the presentation. Okay, so you need to be very passionate, because what you are not passionate about, you may not be able to speak so passionately about it. Then step 2, you need to define what you hope to achieve. Are you trying to persuade them in favor of a certain position or an issue? Are you hoping that they will change a behavior or change their opinion regarding something when they listen to your speech? Is that what you are aspiring to achieve? Or do you want them to make a decision to either purchase something or donate money towards a cause? So you need to set out your goal, what you hope to achieve. Now, in step 3, you need to take very notice of your audience. You need to analyze them. You need to understand them, because the way I will speak to an adult will be different from the way I will speak to my mates. And it will also be different to the way I will speak to kings and people that are in authority. So it's very, very key. This is one of the communication skills, that you know your audience. And there is a way I will also speak in the East. It will be different from the way I will speak when I come to the North. There is a way I will dress I will dress in my attire to speak to an elder. It will be different from the way I will dress to speak to somebody of my age. So these are all communication. We know that communication has to do with verbal and non-verbal. Okay, so these are some of the things that you need to take into consideration when you're analyzing your audience. Okay, so you also need to consider the audience, how the members are likely to perceive the topic you are speaking on. There are topics you cannot speak in the East, whereas if you go to the West, you can speak about it very, very boldly. So you need to be very, very sensitive to cultures. Also, you need to be very sensitive to the sexes that you are speaking to. You need to grasp the objects, the obstacles that audience may face. You know, there are times when you have analyzed your audience, you already know that these people, they are already on the defensive. So you know how to go about it. The way I will talk freely or about a topic to a particular audience will be different from another audience. An audience may be very, very liberal, very, very open to hear and take what I want to present. Another one, I might already have analyzed and noticed that these people are already on the defensive. So how I go about it, presenting my argument, should also be different and should be tailored to suit that audience. Then step 4, you need to build an effective persuasive argument. You need to start strong, letting your audience know what your topic is. Why does it matter? And what you hope to convince them to do. 2, you list your main points. You know, like in a PowerPoint, just the way the presentation is, PowerPoint is all about setting out your points and then beginning to expatiate on them. You will see that if everything that I'm speaking now were to be typed, it will go beyond one slide. But I have given the bullet points. For instance, on this slide that we are on now, there are just 3 points, but I've been able to explain on each point more than what I have put there. So that's what PowerPoint is all about. You are bringing out the key or the power points of your presentation. Okay, so next you need to conclude by appealing to them to act in the way that you desire, in a way that you will feel that you have successfully persuaded them. That means you are gathering them towards believing in your cause or taking the action that you planned to do. Okay, so, and then the final one, you need to conclude. We call it, you are closing the deal. You are finally concluding and then appealing to them, appealing to their conscience to act in a way that indicate that you have actually successfully persuaded them. Okay, so these are just the key things that we need to note when we are discussing persuasive speech. Now, I just want to briefly talk about, assuming you are talking about your leadership journey. What are the things that may have hindered you from achieving where you really wanted to? Now, based on what you have learned so far from this leadership and management in health, what has resonated in you? What are you going to be doing differently? What are you going to change? What are you going to bring on board? Those of you who have given us feedback say this gives you opportunity to practice what you have learned at your workplace. I also want to believe there are a few things that you didn't know were existent. Now you know, and you're putting them into practice. And there probably could be things that you were acting out, the things that you were employing as part of your leadership style that now you know it should go differently. So these are the things that you should come up and put in your leadership journey presentation. Okay, so I want to thank you for listening. And right now, we will look at our chat box for questions. And then also, if you have any questions, comments, addition on inputs, we are welcome to make them. Okay, so on the chat box here, good evening, Samson. Would you please share this presentation as guide? Sure. Tambwe, I will do that. I will share that on the platform. Okay. Before then, we had a good evening. I'm delighted to attend. Okay, this is Indongesi. And okay, we have read Amina on, and then the other one is coming from Mahungu from Lesotho. Thanks for joining. I am suggesting if possible to email us also this record. Okay, for the record itself, we are live on Facebook, on YouTube. So if you have already subscribed to the YouTube, yes, it's there. If you have not, I think it was shared on the platform. You can just go there, it's there. Okay, so Sadiq Nasri, I think maybe you wanted to, okay, joining late. Okay, you were praying, that's great. Sorry that you joined in late, but I'm sure you can still get everything that we have discussed from our Facebook channel. Eze Chiremon, your hand is up, so please unmute and speak.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. I was looking for the structure of the write-up. I don't know if you have done that before I joined. How do we structure it? I'm not talking of that's the content now, but how do you sort the content? Just like maybe if someone is writing a project topic, have title, introduction, maybe methodology, and right like that. So how do we structure it?
Okay. First, let's look at the, we said it's going to have a cover page. So the cover page will have this rating, okay? Now, maybe your slide 2 or your slide 1, assuming this is the cover page, the slide 2, you talk about, you can just give an introduction. An introduction may just be a sentence or two, since we have restriction as to number of slides to use. So you can have your introduction, just make the audience know what you want to discuss about. So you have your introduction, a brief description of what you have in mind. Then under that instruction, introduction, you can also mention, that's we're talking about the same slide 1 now. You can mention why you want them to believe in what you are speaking about, assuming it's a persuasive speech. So let's take for a persuasive speech now as an example. You have your introduction, then you have your goal. What are you planning? What are you hoping to achieve? Say, for instance, now we are talking about, let's say, child labor. Either we talk about child labor, we talk about the girl child. Say you are from a particular group or a particular setting where people relegate the girl child to the background. They don't want the child to go to school. Okay, so your topic could be why the girl child should be, why government should give free education to the girls. That may be your topic, for instance. And then under your introduction, you are going to talk about the girl child. Who is the girl child? Under what settings are these categories of people neglected? And then below it, you are hoping that this presentation will cause people to have a change. So it might be that you want them to come up and speak to government so that government will have, so that government can make a policy that will allow the children, the girl child to access free education. You are also maybe hoping that strong policy should be taken towards the parents. because the girl child may not be going to school, probably because there is no money. So if it is not money, then the free education will handle that. 2, it may be that the parents want this girl to just work and get money rather than going to school, which means it may not necessarily be money. So if the government provides free education and the parents are not persuaded to allow them, we still have issues. So that might be your second goal. Okay, so just look at those things that you think are barriers to achieving what you are planning to achieve. You set goals that will handle those barriers. So that's your first slide. Then your second slide, you might get a picture depicting the girl child, or if it's another topic, depicting, they said pictures speak louder than voice or rather than words. So there is a picture that you can put. When somebody sees it, his spirit will come alive. He will even begin to be motivated towards believing the cause that you are speaking about. Okay. Then your third slide now, can you now begin to expatiate on your key points, what you are talking about. So the other ones will be your third slide will be your discussion, your selling points. That third and fourth slide, and then your fifth slide can just be about conclusion, hoping that it may be in a very not a brief. You can just recapitulate what you had already mentioned, and then drive home what you want to achieve as your conclusion. So with this guide, you'll be able to come up with a very strong presentation package. I don't know if that helped, Raymond.
Yes, I think that's just okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Komolafe, you talked about Peter Drucker's question. Like I said, I didn't look at that segment before coming here. So I will look at it and then get the feedback by later today or tomorrow morning. So we'll do something about that, please. Hello, anyone else?
I have a question, please.
Yes, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you, everyone. My name is Fumi. I just want to ask around the slides. Are there like minimum number of slides we can prepare? Is it like 3 or 5 minimum? Or we can prepare as much as minimal as we want, as far as we are touching base on what is required? That's one. Then second, I'd like to know time frame for submission. When are we submitting this? Then the presentation itself, I heard WhatsApp. Are we going to be showcasing the slides on WhatsApp, or we are still going to have another Zoom meeting in which everyone will speak for 3 minutes?
Hello, have we lost her? Is anybody hearing her?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, so we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I don't know whether you got my questions at all. I asked about 3 questions.
Yes, I heard what you said. Yes. Yes, I got it.
Roy, your network is very terrible. We are not hearing you, Roy, please.
Was Roy speaking, please? Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
I can hear you.
The lady was making her speech when network logged me off. Did Roy attempt to answer?
We are not hearing Roy. We are not hearing Roy. The network of where he is very terrible. We are not hearing him.
No, but did he try to speak?
Yes, he tried to speak, but we are not hearing him.
Okay, okay. I didn't get the question from the lady. Did anybody get her question? I heard about
The lady asked,
slides.
yes, and the second question was the time frame, the timeline for submission. Then are we
Okay, for
making a
submission.
presentation on WhatsApp, or is there going to be another Zoom where everybody will be presenting for 3 minutes? Or
Okay.
this thing, that's what she was asking.
Okay. So the first question is a number of slides. There is no minimum, but there is maximum. It shouldn't exceed 5. You can make your presentation in 3 slides, between 3 to 5 slides. That's okay. Then number 2, as per the timeline for submission, I tried to access my portal, but I couldn't. I think I was told it's this coming Sunday. That's the deadline, but I need to get back on that. I need to get you back on that. And then the third one was talking about presentation. Everybody will make a WhatsApp presentation and share. We're not going to have another Zoom meeting. But if you have done your presentation, just the way you do your voice notes, do it live. We do not want anyone to record and then share. No, you know that once you are open to the channel, our discussion channel, and you tap the mic and you are speaking live. You are making a live presentation, because people are always there, and as you are speaking, they know you are recording. So it's assumed that this is a live presentation. Okay, so those are my responses to the questions. My dear sister, I didn't get your name. I hope I've been able to answer your questions.
Her name is Fumi.
Okay, yeah, she said Fumi. Okay, I remember that. Fumi, I hope I've answered your questions.
Yes, I think you have, but the last question, I still have some reservations around that, because you said we have to present our slides, make at least 3 to 5 slides. Then we are going to be recording. We record, then sending immediately. We are speaking, then we are sending it. That means if we are speaking and sending it in, we won't be able to show our slides to others. It's more as if we are reading.
No, we are not showing the slides to others. You are making your presentation on slides. You have prepared them, and you are reading that, or you are using it as a guide to make your audio presentation. That shouldn't be more than 3 minutes. Then when it is time to submit, it is the PowerPoint slide that you will attach to through your portal. So you are submitting the PowerPoint on Canvas, and then you are submitting the voice notes to the group.
Okay, it's clear now.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, it seems we do not have any other questions. Okay, so as we are coming to an end, we will want to encourage everyone to still remain in the WhatsApp group. We usually, once the courses are going on, we usually want to restrict information we pass on the course forums. But now that the course is over, we want you to remain there, because we use it also to track, communicate to you, and then track certificate distribution. And we also use it as a medium to share messages of upcoming courses. Some of you may not have joined our Telegram. platform, we'll encourage you to do so. And because even the second WhatsApp group is getting filled up, and very soon we won't have more space. Okay, so we want to be communicating through, yes, your emails are with us. We can always use that, but from our experience, a lot of people respond to emails. Respond to messages and communication sent via messengers rather than email. Sometimes there are people who missed to register because they didn't follow up with they are not currently looking at their emails. Okay, so we will use email, and then we'll still continue to use messenger. It looks like do we have hands up, or these are old hands? Dr. Komalafe, is that an old hand?
Yes, no, it's a new hand. Please, what about the devices that they are supposed to use in sending these lectures to us? I don't know.
The devices, that memory device, it was an initiative of Havron. Every participant has access to the course materials to download them and keep. But from experience, people may not be able to compile them and put as a good reference material. So we download the courses and put them in a flash. So what you are paying for, anybody who is interested is paying for, is actually for the flash drive. The courses, the course materials are not for sale. It's very, very easy and accessible to every participant who have participated in that course. And then for those people who are not able to download the courses, after a time, they will no longer be available. So there are people who may say, okay, after the course, I'll find time and download them. By the time they go back to their portal to download, it's no longer there. So this is one of the reasons why we package them and we give to those who are interested. So it's not as if it is compulsory, and it's not as if it is a right. Okay, so I just need to make that clear. Did I answer you, Dr. Kumalafe?
Yes, but the major thing I wanted to find, I know all this one you are talking about, how does it get to us? That's the thing I'm asking.
Okay. For those of you who want it and you are expecting your certificate, we'll package it together with your certificate and send to you.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's okay.
Okay.
But if I want to pick it in Abuja now, is it possible?
Very possible.
Because presently I'm around Abuja. Where is the office?
You can come. Our office is in Kubwa, Jamila Plaza.
Okay, no, I will not be able, because I'll be leaving tomorrow. I'll be leaving Abuja tomorrow. So I will be expecting my certificate, no problem.
Okay. All right, so Raymond, your hand is up. Is it old one or new one?
It's old one. Oh, let me bring it down.
Okay. So thanks, everyone. I can't see any other hand up again, and no chats. Thanks so much.
Hello, sir. Please, can you tell Roy, he should enlighten us about that final reflection. He should enlighten us on the chat, not necessarily through this forum any longer. On the chat. That would be good for us, please.
Okay, we will do that.
Please, I asked the question before we go. I was asking, attaching our slides to Canvas, we can download in PDF and upload, right? Or it has to be in PowerPoint that we need to upload? Because for one, I use more of Google Slides.
Yes, Google Slides, you can also submit that Google Slide. I think there is a guide on that. If you want to submit through Google Slides, I will look for that and then share. But otherwise, after you have prepared it on your Google Slide, you can download it. And then I think you have the option of converting it to normal PowerPoint or PDF. Okay? Yes. All right. So thank you so much for your attention. And we look forward to a very wonderful final presentation. Thanks, everyone, and have a very lovely night rest and weekend.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you and good
Bye.
night. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. See you.
Thank you.